Many languages use select case or switch statements. For example, Microsoft Visual Basic, C#, Java, Pascal and C. In fact, one of the only languages that doesn't is Python. Python handles multiple cases in a different way, and we'll look at that in a moment. But if we want to look at a typical construction using multiple cases, I can show you. Here we have a typical select case statement. We start with the keyword select case and then in brackets a value. This is what the user is going to enter. So in a program I'll show you in a moment, that will actually be their birth month. We then have the multiple cases. So in the case of the birth month, they might say January. So this is the first case. And then beneath it, we'll have a section of code. So if they enter the birth month of January, then that piece of code will execute. And underneath it, we have the second case. Their birth month was February. So we'll do a different piece of code. And then case 3, we do something else. And you could carry on having as many cases as you wanted to. And remember that each statement is being checked in turn. And if there is a match, the program will execute whatever the next section of code says. And if there isn't a match, it just moves on to the next statement. So let's have a look at Python. There is no select case construct. Instead, it uses another keyword to indicate additional choice options, Elif. This is a strange word that's a contraction of else and if, which is also used in some other languages, for example, Microsoft Visual Basic. We can write a bank of Elif statements, and that's just what I've done with this program. So on the screen here, we have two variables, one for the user to enter in the month of their birth, and then the second variable will tell me the birthstone that they should be wearing. So if we have a look at the if and elif statements, for the first one, if the user enters that their birth month is January, then it'll pick up on that and tell them that their birthstone is garnet. Now, I've been quite clever here because it might be that the user doesn't enter in a capital letter at the start of January, but that's okay, because if we look at the whole statement, it says if month equals January with a capital J or month equals January with a small j. So even if they type it in different ways, my program will still accept it and still give the right answer, even if they type in JAN instead of the full word. Beneath the if statement, we've got all the different month options. So you can see the bank of Elif statements right the way down to December. So as they enter in the month of their birth, it will tell them what the correct birthstone is. So let's run that program and see how it works. And it asks me, it says, which month are you born in? So I'm going to type in December because that's when I was born. Okay, and it tells me that my birthstone is turquoise. And as you can see, I'm actually wearing my birthstone ring. Now, it doesn't matter if I type in something silly, as I did with my previous program. So run it again. This time, I'm going to type in just D. Okay, so just D and enter, and it tells me that it didn't know what the month was and so couldn't tell me what my birthstone was.